guys, I'm Kat and welcome to my channel and welcome back to the 30-day writing challenge. Today is talking about my first kiss and my first love, and actually they are two different things. I'm doing this vlog style. I'm holding up the camera because every time I set it down somewhere it gets this weird glare thingy and I didn't like it. So yeah. So today is day 3 of the 30-day writing challenge, so let's get started. And for those of you who wonder, I do write these down. I do have a book that I write it down in. Actually, I'll show you. One second. Let me get up. Just walk on over here. So, let me sit down slowly. Okay, so the 30-day challenge goes in this book right here. I write everything down, so yeah, and so there you go. So just so you know, I'm not just making videos like this, because what's the point of doing a writing challenge if you're not actually going to write? But, as I said before, today is talking about my first kiss and my first love, so I'm gonna get into that. My first kiss was actually a girl. For those of you who may wonder, I don't like labeling myself or my sexuality, but if I were to put myself in a group, I would be pansexual. I consider it more, I'm in the group of love. I have a boyfriend and I currently plan on spending the rest of my life with him, but if we happen to break up, you know, God forbid we don't, and I ended up with a girl, great. If I ended up with another guy, great. If my boyfriend decided, like, told me that he's been thinking about getting a sex change, then fine. Really, love is love. But yeah, so, going back, my first kiss was actually a girl. I think it was in 8th grade, and I was in gym class with these two girls, and I don't want to use their actual names, so we're gonna call the first girl Melinda, and the other girl Cameron. So I walked into class with Melinda, and she kissed me on the cheek for some reason. I can't remember why. And we walked up to Cameron, and I guess Cameron thought that Melinda had kissed me on the lips, but she didn't. She just kissed my cheek, but Cameron randomly just grabs my face and goes, "My turn," and just plants one on me. And it was kind of a shock because I didn't expect it. Also because it was right in front of the gym teacher and he saw it. And I also realized that that was my first kiss. That was the special moment in gym class, that my very first ever kiss was with a girl, which doesn't bother me at all. I don't mind kissing girls, like, at all. So yeah, that was my very first kiss. It was 8th grade in gym class, and it was by a girl who thought that another girl had kissed me and she didn't. Very obviously Cameron was bisexual. And so was Melinda, but I'm very secure in my sexuality, so it didn't really bother me. I was a couple of girls' first kisses, so I don't know if that's something I should be proud of, but it kind of is, you know. I was that girl that I was comfortable with my sexuality, so sorry, there's dog. But anyway, I was that girl that was comfortable with my sexuality, so if a girl felt like she was a lesbian or bisexual and needed to figure that out, I was always that, like, experimentation person. I was willing to be that person for them so they could see if they were. And it wasn't like leading them on or anything like that. It was more like being a safe person that they can try this out on, and if they don't like it, then it would be like, okay, we break up, this isn't for you, and if it was for them, then we'd have an actual relationship. But yeah, so that was my first kiss. I don't really consider my first love what it is. I consider it as mega infatuation with somebody. I consider it like I really like this person, but I wasn't in love with them, but I thought I was. But I want to actually talk about my first person that I ever fell in love with. Because to me, that is my first love, because I've loved people, but it's different. There is a difference between loving someone and being in love with someone. And I want to talk about the person that I am in love with, because I think that's the one that matters. So currently, my very first person that I ever fell in love with is actually my boyfriend now. We are 3 years, going on 3 years. We will be 3 years in September on the 17th. And honestly, I don't know what I'd do without him. He is the best thing that's ever happened to me. He actually dated my sister in high school, but it wasn't really like dating. It was more like, I'm gonna hold your hand, okay, we're gonna hold hands, okay, now we're gonna break up. It was a weird thing, and honestly, before we got together, I hated him. I didn't like him. I thought he was weird and strange. He had an orange mohawk and facial piercings, and back then, that was like the weirdest thing for me, and now I have a nose piercing and a tattoo on my chest. But I thought he was just weird and kind of an asshole. And then one day, my best friend wanted me to meet one of her friends who worked at a 7-Eleven. And so we went there, and he happened to be, Danny, my boyfriend, happened to be working the same night. And we were flirting and we vibed together, but the only issue was he had just barely broken up with somebody that he was in love with. And so he was in a dark, low place. And I was kind of in a dark, bad place and doing really stupid things and kind of in a suicidal, self-loathing place. So we kind of met each other with both of us in those parts of mind. And I thought it was very interesting, cool, and convenient that we both met each other when we were in those places. And to me, I'm one of those people that believes in fate and believes that things happen for a reason, and I honestly believe that we met each other at that time because we were supposed to help each other grow from that. For a while, he didn't want to be with me because he didn't want to hurt me, and I was convinced that he liked my best friend more than me. So usually when somebody's interested in me, I don't believe it because I kind of hate myself. So but eventually got to the point where I didn't care. I wanted to show him that I liked him, and that was it. And then the day that we became official, you know, unquote, quote, official, when we actually became boyfriend and girlfriend was on September 17th, 2013. My best friend went to Europe to meet her family in England and Germany. And that was the first night that Danny and I were going to hang out alone at the 7-Eleven, so it was really nerve-wracking for me. And one day, randomly, that night, we were standing next to this red truck talking to each other, and I guess I said something to him, and he looked at me, and he rubbed his hands together, like, you know, the Karate Kid healing thing, and then he kissed me, and that was when I knew that we were together, because for a while we were in that space between, are we dating, are we not dating, do we have a thing, do we not have a thing, that confusing, irritating place. And now it is 2016 and we are still together, still going strong, and I think that if we didn't find each other when we did, we would both be in really bad places. I mean, maybe we would grow out of it, but I honestly think that we both found each other when we were supposed to and helped each other grow from that. Naturally, we have our ups and downs and swirlies, but at the end of the day, I think we're both really good for each other and really positive for each other, and we both love each other more than I love him more than I ever thought that it was possible for me to love someone. But yeah, we are going to be 3 years, September 17th, 2016, and I'm very, very excited about it and very freaked out. But yeah, so that was my really long story about my first love, the one that matters. Of course, I've thought that I've loved someone, but I think it was just infatuation and in the moment kind of things. But Danny is the first person that I knew that I loved and that I wanted to be with and that I couldn't see my future without. So that's the reason why I picked that one. So there you go. I know that this one was kind of long, and you're probably not interested in hearing about my relationship status, but I mean, that was my day 3 task to write about. It was actually, believe it or not, much longer in my little book thing there than what I told you. Like, I did detail by detail and the feelings that I had and stuff, and honestly, that would have lasted forever. This would be a really, 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 really long video. That was my day 3 30-day writing challenge, and I'm really hoping that I keep doing this for the rest of the month because I'm actually having a lot of fun doing it and sharing it with you guys. And also, I'd love to hear about your first kiss stories and your first love. So go ahead and put that in the comments below. And also, if you are liking these videos, give me a thumbs up, and yeah. And also, if you'd like to, and you really should, you should subscribe, and we can talk and have fun with each other and stuff. And yeah, and also I'm recording outside because it is a wonderful, beautiful day here in Utah. Lately in Utah it's been rainy and cold and snowing, and this is the first day that it's actually kind of stayed beautiful. So I think that you've seen enough of my face today, so I'm going to show you a beautiful blue sky while I do my outro. Thank you so much for joining me today. As I said before, like this video. If you are liking this 30-day challenge thing, also please subscribe, because I make fun videos often, or as much as I possibly can. Usually it's every Wednesday and Friday, but hopefully with this 30-day challenge it will be every single day, so we will see. And yeah, so again, thank you so much for joining me in this video, and I hope you have a wonderful day and a beautiful night, and this is Kat signing off. Bye!